EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports.
It's gonna be a good one, and it's all up next.
It has been a season of ups and downs, twists and turns. It all comes to a conclusion here tonight as we welcome you on this February night to the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59. One game to decide it all. It's the AFC champions and the champions of the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, you're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top.
Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first. There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time, and leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
He admitted to us the other day, Mike, that he's started to...
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. But this is taken in by a teammate. They face second down and 7. Now a man who made the move inside the division. It's Saquon Barkley. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Man in motion is Brown. On third down, it's Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
So they'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. In motion, it's Jefferson. On 3rd and 1, here's Jackson. And off with the deflection. It is taken in. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down. They put Strange in motion. To the air one more time with Jackson.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Jackson up top again. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. He is in. Justin Jefferson has a touchdown.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch. Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Eagles offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. That's caught. Saquon Barkley.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Off he goes. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. Now a second timeout called by the defense. The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board. Just before halftime. 3 seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Stage is set for a thrilling second half here in New Orleans We're back underway at Super Bowl 59. On the return, here is Ainias Smith. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Eagles offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. A hit, and he has lost the football. It is picked up by the defense. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the second half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then extend the lead, it just makes that even a taller task.
In motion, Lamb. And this is caught. So an 8-point swing. What a turn here. The fumble return for touchdown, and they tack on 2 more for good measure. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They put Strange in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. And he'll be taken down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Malik Neighbors for the score. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. In motion, Lamb. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Daniels. That one, take it in. C.D. Lamb for the touchdown.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. He's going to tuck it and go. And they will not let up. He is into the end zone for 2 more.
Certainly unconventional in their wisdom here, but somehow it still works out. I don't think the defensive PAT unit was at all expecting a fake. Remember, the ball's now snapped from the 15-yard line on an extra point attempt. No one's expecting you to fake it, and I think they used that to their advantage.
On the return is Rodgers. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. And he'll take it back for the touchdown. What a tremendous mistake there. You want to secure the ball and give it to your offense. And now it's a flip back to the kicker. It's a fake. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there. As time has expired, the third quarter has come to an end. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll be brought down past the 25. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He finds, oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Jackson now to throw on first down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's second and 10. They bring Chase in motion. He locates the big tight end, DeGuara. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds. On third down, they go with Gibbs. Wow. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. Now it is first and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get...
Now, how about this? It's a fake. And how do you like that? This is going to work out. What a gamble. The fake extra point gives them 2 points instead of 1. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Finding space at the 15. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time...
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And the defense has it. You talk about everything going wrong. A big deficit. All you want is the ball and a chance to get back in the game, and now, Greg, they hand the ball right back to him on this kickoff fumble.
Mike, you know the saying, when it rains, it pours, and right now it is pouring on this team. They just can't get out of their own way. They lose a fumble here on the kickoff just to make matters worse. This has just been a complete disaster all around for this unit.
And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. And this franchise has done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Commissioner Goodell on the podium, making the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy to a very worthy franchise. Champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will put a wrap on this year on EA Sports. Thanks to my partner, Greg Olson, for a great first season together in the booth. Until the fall, Mike Tirico, good night from the Super Bowl in New Orleans.